am here in Barcelona, and today we're going to talk about 5 pros and cons to visiting Sagrada Familia, very epic tourist destination here in Barcelona. But is it worth your time? We will talk all about it, give you the pros and cons. I have already visited, so we'll talk about what that was like. And also stay tuned, watch the whole video, because when I finish telling you about the pros and cons of visiting Sagrada Familia, we're going to talk about my favorite place in Barcelona that I found by chance when I left Sagrada Familia. So Sagrada Familia for me was a big win just because at the end of the day I found this other really cool place. But for now, let's start with the pros and the cons. And our first con, yeah, let's start with the negative and then we'll get positive. So our first con is the price. And by the way, these aren't really listed in order from like best to worst, it's just sort of in general. But let's talk about the price. So there's a base price and it can get more expensive based on what you do, but it's going to cost you at least about 30 euros, which is about $30 to visit. Now, I think in terms of opportunity cost, it's like, what else could I do with that $30? And let me tell you, you could eat a lot of tapas with that money, okay? So the price is a consideration, and keep in mind that is per person. So it can add up quickly if you are a family or if there's more than one. Con number two. Well, let's go into a pro before we get into the cons. So a pro is that Sagrada Familia is iconic. When you think of Barcelona, you probably think of images of this place. I mean, it's hard to do any sort of travel guide or something like that on Barcelona and not come across Sagrada Familia. So if you want to see what the hype is about, you can visit this iconic place. Okay, that's a pro. Maybe it's on your bucket list. But let's get into another con, which we can kind of see if you look around me. It is very touristy. Okay, so there are pews set up. There are people here. But what I don't know is this a real church or is this just a tourist attraction? Like there's an organ which plays music every so often. It looks like a church, but like, is it really a church? I'm not sure. Okay, so this is not where you come for like maybe an authentic Barcelona, although maybe it's an authentic tourist experience, but it's very touristy and it can also be very crowded. But on the positive side, it is organized. So although it's touristy and a lot of people are coming through, I mean, this is a tourist destination that is accustomed to dealing with a lot of tourists. Also, it's a good idea to buy your tickets before you arrive. You can get them online. They have lots of availability. It's a timed entry. It's not an all-day ticket. So choose your day, choose your time. So it moves pretty efficiently. The lines, even when they're long, the entry is timed. So it's not just like complete mayhem or something like that when you come. A pro is that the inside, it's very beautiful. Now the outside, maybe that's a matter of taste. To me, the outside looks a little bit like there was this church that was really big. Some sort of cataclysm happened. Maybe it melted. The church had a fungal infection. I'm not really sure. It looks to me like something happened to the outside of it and now it's left in sort of an unusual state. But of course, it's not that way. It's designed to look this way. This is how it's supposed to look. So it is really, really unique. But the inside of it is actually beautiful. I mean, I think the thing that struck me the most on the inside is the colors and the light. I mean, the colors are gorgeous, the light is beautiful. I was really shocked by the light coming through and the beauty of it all. It's actually pretty spectacular. Okay, let's go back to a pro, which will lead us into a con. Like many things, it can come with like a double-edged sword. So, well, yeah, a lot of things are kind of like a pro and a con. So, if you want to spend an extra 10 bucks, you can take an elevator up to the top of Sagrada Familia. The views from there are spectacular. Now, confession, I didn't go. My husband did, but check out this video he got. I mean, it's really beautiful and amazing there. So it's really, 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 really a nice view. On the con side, that elevator that takes you to the top, yeah, that only goes in one direction, okay? That elevator goes up and that is it. So to get down, you have to do that yourself. So con is exhausting. You have to walk down all those stairs yourself. I think it's like 400 stairs. Is that right? Double checking with the guy who did the stairs. So it's about 400 stairs to get down, and there is no AC. Okay, so you have to walk down those stairs on your own, no air conditioning. When we went, actually, it wasn't even very hot, but it was hot in those stairs. Okay, so no ventilation. Well, I think there's some areas with a little bit of ventilation, but it was still hot. Okay, that's my point. You have to walk down those stairs, and it's a lot. Okay, now let's talk about one subject that could be a pro or a con, just depending upon your perspective. Um, for me, I think it was a pro. For other people, it can be a con, and that is that the experience at Sagrada Familia, if you're just paying for the base rates, it is self-guided, meaning there isn't necessarily a lot of structure to the visit. There is an audio guide if you want to hear everything about the history of the church, what's going on with the current renovations, everything like that. It is best to bring headphones if you want to listen. I forgot, I wasn't thinking about it. I didn't bring mine. Luckily, I'm here just to look around and take everything in. So when you get there, so I kind of like that. For me, that's a pro. It's like DIY. Okay. So, but for other people, that could be a bit of a con. But if you don't follow the audio guide, I mean, it's just a church that you're visiting. So you just kind of look around. But I kind of enjoy just sort of sitting and not listening to the guide. So, um, there are tours available. So when you're here, you will see like professional tour guides taking people around. Oh my God. I don't know if you saw that. That bird just almost hit my head. Like I felt the wind of that thing gust by me. So that's a new con. The new con is aggressive pigeons. That can be added to the list. But anyway, so the self-guided factor of it. So there are more professional tour guides that you can have if you want to pay extra for that. But so it's either a pro or a con. If you're interested in audio guides, they give you a lot of facts about Sagrada Familia that maybe you enjoy listening to. Not really my thing. Okay, one more pro. So in the beginning, we talked about how it is expensive to visit Sagrada Familia. But on the positive side, you sort of know where part of your money is going, and that is it's going to its construction. So there is still construction that's going on with Sagrada Familia. So when you pay, you are helping to fund that. So if sort of restoration in that way is important to you, if you like sort of funding that sort of thing, you can feel good knowing that you are doing that. On the con side, for our last con, I would say it kind of goes along with the self guided aspect of it, which is that for some people, this could be kind of boring. You know, I mean, it's not like it's an amusement park, it's not really something dynamic, there's not like a lot to do while you're there. It's sort of like you're there to see things, right? So it's not really like what I would consider an activity more than it's like a destination. So, now the question is, should you go? Right? Should you visit Sagrada Familia? Is it worth your money? I think that's up. That will vary by person. So I'm the kind of person that I would never really choose or set out to visit a place that's sort of like just kind of cool looking. Really, I am not really drawn to those sorts of things. But my husband is, and so going with him and doing stuff that he enjoys, I had a really nice time. So I don't regret going. I'm glad I went. It was kind of interesting to see it, but whether or not you should go, not sure. Think about the pros and cons. Think about the list we talked about, and then you can decide. But okay, I must say, my favorite place that I happened upon just by chance because I went to Sagrada Familia is the market. Okay, it's like Mercat Sagrada Familia. And let me tell you, this ended up being like one of my favorite places in Barcelona. So after I visited Sagrada Familia, I was looking for a little place to maybe get a bite to eat or check things out. I was actually on my way to a vegan grocery store that's nearby called Ben Vegano. But I stopped at this market and I was blown away by the olive selection. Okay, it was amazing. I ate a lot of different olives while I was in Spain, but this market had my favorite. Now, let me tell you, this market is not really a touristy market, it's very local. When I went there, it was August, and so in August, a lot of things were closed. So it's not like a market that I would say is a destination at all. However, if you like olives, this olive shop is a destination. There were three that were my favorite. When I was there, I was not in like a filming mindset, so I did not get good video of this place. But there were three that I really loved. One was a spicy olive. They didn't even have it out. It was like in the back. It was phenomenal. There was one that was like a pitted olive that had some herbs in it, and there was one olive that they described as sweet. I would not characterize this olive as sweet. It was really kind of weird tasting, like weird, unique, but in a really amazing way that I really just loved. So that was a green olive. So if you go there, highly recommend it. It was amazing. If you like olives, this is a great market to check out. And I loved it. So that's it for now. If you have been to Sagrada Familia or if you've tried the olives in Spain, let me know what you think. Did you enjoy them? Did you enjoy your visit? Do you think this is the kind of place you'd like to check out? Let me know. So that's it for now. There is more to come. I have more videos in Barcelona. I'm going to post a video that's about cool things that you should see and do when you're here, and also some strange, surprising facts about Barcelona. So all that's coming up. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see all that too.
The size is exactly